So I've got a Stealth Fusion kayak, and I've seen online some guys wanted to not have their live well, you know, having water come into it all the time. I was one of those guys that kind of want to use it for dry storage, even though the top does leak kind of significantly, which will be my next project. But I just took some foam golf balls that I had from some old scupper plug projects, and I used Lexel to plug them, and so far so good. I let it dry. It takes about 30 minutes to become dry to the touch, and I think it takes 2 weeks to fully cure, but it should be waterproof. Today it's the first run I did with the Lexel has been about 24 hours now, and I just put a little more around it in some of the areas that it had cracks and things. But anyway, the golf ball should have it more than adequately sealed. And then this is the Lexel product I'm using. It was recommended by a local tackle shop. And then I'm installing these pad eyes, stainless steel. I'm gonna run some thigh straps for some extra bracing in the surf. And then I've got a drain bung on my lid now, which I can run my transducer wires and my battery wire up to my Garmin striker there. I installed a little clip here with a bungee, so I can easily just shut and close my lid without having to do the whole buckle system. A lot of guys seem to do that in Australia and South Africa, where these kayaks are more prominent. And you can see I riveted that clip down for the bungee, and then I actually used some 3 bolts with nuts and lock washers. And I think I want to add maybe a little more foam around this rim, because it does leak a little bit, even in like a heavy rain last night. It did get a little bit of water in there, not too bad, but I feel like if I were to roll this thing over in the surf or take on a big wave, like I'm gonna have more water than I want in my kayak. And then I removed the fiberglass little wall that just keeps stuff from sliding back. I think I may stuff some foam blocks in there, but I originally had a plan to mount my battery box to the outside of the live well, and decided against it later on and actually put Velcro down. And then for my transducer, I didn't have access to one of the kits that they provide for these Fusions, so I just made my own. Actually, you know, these come with your Garmin striker install, and it's just your transducer wire. And these boats have a molded in transducer recess, which works really good, and it fits in there real clean. You can see it's only a tiny bit exposed, you know, right here, but it's actually the hole in the middle keeps it from getting hit. And then all I did here was I took a rubber chair end that some guys use for scupper plugs, and I drilled a hole. I went and got a stainless eye bolt from Ace Hardware, a wing nut, and a stainless washer. And so it goes transducer, and you just use your regular through bolt on the transducer, and then your eye bolt hooks around it, and then you put a piece of foam, this is just some pipe insulation foam, around it over the top of your rubber stopper, and then washer, wing nut, tighten it down, and it seems to work great. I'll let you know if I have any problems. And then from there you just run your wires inside, and I've got them velcroed to the back of this cleat here, and that seems to work. I've got some adhesive clips for cable ties on the way, and I'll actually, you know, kind of pin these up like this, and then battery box will go there on top of that Velcro. I've already got it made up. So yeah, man, we're ready to rock and roll on this project. I did also make a kayak cart out of some different trailer parts, and it works great. The kayak sits on there perfect. It's super easy to maneuver, and eventually I'll have a bar on this that's going to allow me to tow it with a bicycle, which I'm pretty stoked about as well. Anyway, that's what I've got going on now. Have a good one.